Welcome to a new season of Battle Axe. Coming to you, as always, from the Bustin' Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque, Iowa. I'm Joey Danya, alongside Bobby Bradford. We're excited to get a new season underway today, and we're going to explain to you the rules of Battle Axe to get you up to speed on how it all goes down. As you'll see on the board, there are several rings moving inwards towards the bullseye. They're worth 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 points. The bullseye is worth 6 points. And then on that small blue dot on the outermost ring, that's what's we call a kill shot. If a player hits it, they get 8 points. If they miss it, they get nothing. They can go for a kill shot at any point throughout the match. And here is what everyone's competing for, Bobby. It's the Bustin' Axe Throwing Range Championship Belt.
Yeah, the World Axe Throwing League Championship Belt, currently held by Casey Laserwolf Nines, but unfortunately he will not be in this winter league, so it is a vacant belt up for grabs for anybody, Joey.
Casey Laserwolf Nines, the defending champ, taking a little time away from the game to celebrate the championship.
Yeah, so the belt will be returned to the Bustin' Axe Throwing Range here, so everyone can see it and know what they're fighting for in this 7-week regular season.
We are ready to get a new season underway. We've got a lot of familiar faces coming back this season, and we've got a lot of new faces as well. We're going to meet a couple of them right now. Ann Welp making her Battle Axe debut against Brittany Brokel, also new to Battle Axe.
Yeah, so a new season, and we got a couple new throwers here as well, so really excited to see how these two fare, Joey.
So we are underway with this Winter League season, and a couple of fours to get things started here from Welp and Brokel.
Yeah, so a nice start there for both competitors. It's always interesting, Joey, when you have new throwers in the league. Everyone's got to, kind of go down that journey of being a new thrower.
5 and
so we'll
4.
see what their strengths and weaknesses are.
You got to start somewhere. And we've seen so many players in this league start off a little shaky, and then they just get better and better, and then they're a real formidable opponent.
Absolutely, and we know with new throwers as well, drops can be an issue, so we'll see if that comes into play. But as of right now, that's a great throw there by Ann. Both competitors seem to be hitting the board pretty flush with their axe.
Well, what a throw there from Ann Welp, the first bullseye of this new season. Great throw from Brokel as well. It's a 5. Welp now with a 2-point advantage after 3 throws.
Yeah, so Brittany, she's come down to the Bustin' Axe Throwing Range before, so she's thrown some axes before, new to the league. Ann is new to axe throwing and the league as well, but you couldn't tell by looking at her, Joey.
No, a great start here for Ann Welp. Brokel throws another 5 to get within 1 now.
Yeah, so a really competitive matchup here to get the season started. But both players seem to have a really nice rhythm. Looks like the axe got away from Ann there a little bit, and it got away there from Brittany.
So no damage done for either player. It remains a 1-point lead for Ann Welp. After the first half, they switched sides, and we're underway here in the second half. Couple of 4s from Welp and Brokel to keep it a 1-point game.
Yeah, so both competitors just doing a really nice job of living in that 4 ring. I mean, we've talked many times, Joey, about that progression from eliminating the drops to eliminating the 3s to getting in that 4 text to getting that 5 and 6 rings, but they seem to have progressed past that very quickly, and they're just living in that 4, 5, and 6 ring.
Well, another 5 from Ann Welp. That gives her a 2-point lead now with 3 throws to go. Is Brokel thinking about a kill shot here?
I think she was just getting a clarification on the score here. Oh, she wants Jenny to pound in the board here real quick. So anytime that wood starts to splinter off, Joey, I mean, we all know how razor-thin margin these games can be. So any of those can really throw off a player's axe.
I was going to say, we've never seen these 2 throw before, and it would have been surprising to see someone go for a kill shot with 3 throws still to go, but you don't know how they play.
Exactly.
Maybe they're aces at the kill shot.
Exactly. We are learning about these competitors, as are the Battle Axe audience.
All right, we've got a 1-point game. Ann Welp, 34, and it's 33 for Brittany Brokel with just a couple throws to go.
But both competitors seem to be handling the bright lights of the Battle Axe throwing range here pretty well.
Absolutely. Outside of those 2 3s they had on their 5th throw and a 3 back on the 8th throw, they've been very consistent.
Yeah, 1-point game going in the last throw. Dare I say, maybe we have sudden death going in to our first matchup here, Joey?
We shall see. It comes down to this. Looks like a 4 there from Ann Welp.
A 4 there.
4, Brittany.
And that's definitely a 4 there for Brittany, so this will be a big ruling here. So it remains fours for both competitors.
Good game. 41
And
Brittany,
Welp
42 Ann.
gets the victory in her Battle Axe debut, 42-41.
Well, Joey, what can you say? Just a tremendous performance by both competitors. Both players broke 40, something that it's very difficult to do for a new thrower. As we mentioned during the match, only the couple threes on that fifth throw, and then Ann had one on her eighth throw. But more importantly, no drops. Like very few threes, and they were just living in that 4, 5, and 6 ring.
Yeah, very impressed with what these two were able to do in their debut. This can be pretty daunting to come out here and put up a competitive score. And they did absolutely that. Couple of good starts here for a couple of new faces here in Battle Axe. And we've got a returning player in this league, Beth Jen. Here she is on returning for another season.
I'm really excited. I've been looking forward to coming back for a couple months now. Just knowing that I've been away for 7 months, this has really been something I've been looking forward to. I was a little worried about if I was going to be able to throw or not, or if it would come back with muscle memory. About 20 minutes of warm-up, and things started feeling normal, so I was really excited about that.
Well, Beth Jen, a little time away, and she's ready to get right back to it.
You just got to get right back on that saddle and start to ride.
All right, we're ready to ride. Beth Jen taking on Gina Feenstra. A couple of familiar faces who've been around this league for quite some time going head-to-head here.
Yep, so we saw Gina with some really nice progression in the fall league, had a really nice run in the tournament. Let's see if she can carry that over in this winter league here.
What a start for Beth Jen. She throws a bullseye. She was talking in that interview about how she was worried if the muscle memory would come back. Looks like it's just fine so far.
Absolutely. Well, it's a constant battle for all the throwers here, Joey, finding that muscle memory, especially if you took some time off. But Beth getting right back to it, a couple bullseyes and a chance at our first unicorn of the evening. Just a couple nice throws really to start off this match. And then for Gina, it's just finding that consistent throw and having her axe land in the board consistently. You can see she's just holding on to it a little too long. As we mentioned last year, Joey, when she's missing up, when she's missing high, that's kind of when her throw is getting locked in. When she's missing low like that, that's just when she's holding on to the axe a little too long. Really nice throw there by Beth.
For Gina, bullseye Beth.
Another bullseye for Beth Jen, her third bullseye in 4 throws. What a start. She's got a 4-point lead over Gina Feenstra.
The 6-point lead, actually.
Math was never my thing, Bobby. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Another nice throw there, the 5. So Beth doing a great job in the first 5 throws of living in that 5 and 6 ring. Perhaps we are seeing her progression moving from that vortex into that 5 and 6 ring, kind of living there more consistently.
So I just took out my calculator. It is a 7-point lead now for Beth Jen.
4.
So their axe getting away from Beth there a little bit. There's a 4. But really important for both competitors, though, just to stay focused. Again, for Gina, she knows anything can happen in an axe throwing league. And she just got to focus up on that board, trying to find that 5 and 6 ring. And as you can see there, Beth's just having a good time, knowing she's in the driver's seat. Oh.
2 and 4.
Gina Feenstra showing the frustration there. A 2, and it couldn't come at a worse time. Now a commanding 9-point lead for Beth Jen.
Yeah, Gina just holding on to that axe just a little too long, but as we know, Joey, you have to have a very short memory here at Battle Axe. And again, just getting away from her.
Bullseye Beth. 2 Gina.
Well, sometimes when it rains, it pours. Things starting to unravel here quickly for Gina Feenstra. Beth Jen wants Jenny to take another look at this one.
Yeah, it's very close to being a bullseye.
So honest.
So it was initially ruled a bullseye. And as you see there, Beth Jen had to go back to the initial starting line, Joey. A new rule that in this season is if there is a second opinion or the judge needs a closer look, the thrower has to be back by the original starting line.
Beth 3 Gina.
So again, another 3 there. Gina having a tough first matchup here, 31-45. But Beth putting together
31
a really nice matchup, a chance to score over 50 points here, Joey.
She can do that with a 5 or a 6. Looks like she just missed it.
4.
It'll be a round of 49 for
Game.
Beth Jen
35 Gina,
to get the
49
win
Beth.
over Gina Feenstra.
Nice.
Yeah, so a really nice matchup there for Beth Jen. As you
almost
can
had a
see there, a couple
unicorn
6s to
too.
start the matchup, and then she had one more on her 4th throw. After the turn, she started living in that vortex a little bit too much, but a really nice score of 49. Great way to start out the season. And then for Gina, just those devastating twos on her 7th and 8th throw, and then that 3 on the 9th throw, something that she's worked really hard to eliminate from her game. It just cropped up here in the first matchup here, so hopefully something she can put behind her and not let it affect the rest of the night.
Got to have a short memory when you're playing in Battle Axe. Beth Jen off to a great start here in this Winter League action. We've got a lot more Battle Axe still to come. We'll bring it to you straight ahead. Stay tuned for more Battle Axe here on MC22. Welcome back to Battle Axe. As always, coming to you from the Bustin' Axe Throwing Range, I'm Joey Danya alongside Bobby Bradford. It's been an exciting start to this new season, and we're about to bring out one of the best players to ever play in this league. We're talking, of course, about the 3-time champion, Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw. He was just competing at the World Axe Throwing Championships in Appleton, Wisconsin. Here's the Magic Man on his experience at Worlds.
Worlds was a fantastic experience. Being able to qualify like everybody else throughout the year, so the top 256 for hatchet, the top 164 for big axe. I finished in the middle of the pack, but I can't complain with the way I played. Unfortunately, I ended up catching the flu, so it put me out for 3 weeks. So I didn't even touch an axe for those 3 weeks. So I was able to go back and replay every throw of every match to figure out what I did well and what I need to learn on. And I kind of figured where I lost my confidence level a little bit and tried to do too much. So after coming back, I'm throwing with a new axe, a new throw, a new routine. So I'm trying to get my mindset right for the upcoming year.
This guy just works round the clock at his game, and it pays off.
To be a champion, you have to train like a champion, and that's exactly what Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw does.
Bradshaw looking to win the belt yet again. Brandon Feenstra looking to take down the Magic Man himself. It's Bradshaw against Feenstra.
Yeah, so as Matt said in his interview, he has not practiced as much as he would normally like to coming into this season, and as we know from Brandon, he was not in the Fall League, so this is his first action back here in this Winter League. So we'll see. Looks like Matt's getting a little closer look at that throw there. Axe getting away from Brandon just a little bit there. But yeah, you can see, man, that's ever so close.
I know.
Initially called a 5. Matt just looking to see. And it looks like he's not going to protest.
So it's a 5 for Bradshaw to get this one started against Brandon Feenstra, who throws a 3.
And we always know Brandon is not going to let the moment get to him. He's just going to focus on his throw, try to be living in that 4, 5, and 6 ring. And Matt with an almost carbon copy throw. It might have actually hit that same piece of wood, Joey.
The same exact
same
sliver.
And as you see, there's
So
the new rule being implemented. Jenny's going to get a look at it, but Matt has to make the slow walk back to the starting line.
I genuinely couldn't see it.
So this time it's a bullseye for the Magic Man.
But on the end.
He's quickly got a 4-point lead over Brandon Feenstra.
Yeah, and as you can see, Matt with his new axe, he's got a white head on that axe, so that's got to be a little difficult to see from a distance if it's popping through on both sides. But I'm sure Matt will try to make it as easy for Jenny as possible and just kind of live in that bullseye range.
Yeah, that one's about as easy as it gets. A flush bullseye for the Magic Man. He'll have a shot at a unicorn here on his 4th throw. Feenstra throws a bullseye as well.
Yeah, Brandon with a nice bullseye there. Could we see our first unicorn of the night from Matt the Magic Man? It's Brandon with a nice 5 there. We'll see. As we know, Matt, one of the more patient throwers. Ooh, very close.
Brandon. One of those lights went out.
And you can see Matt's going to be patiently wait for the call to be made, but it is a 5, so missing that bullseye mark. But Brandon's got a nice release point. He's kind of tried to figure this out after the first couple throws. Maybe he only needed a couple to get the old groove back, but a nice 6 and a nice 5.
And the Magic Man always has his groove. Those 5s haven't missed the bulls by much.
They have not. And, well, that's going to be about as easy of a bullseye call as you're going to get there, Joey.
The 3rd bullseye of the match for the Magic Man He's got a 5-point lead over Brandon Feenstra, who's playing well.
Yeah, Brandon has definitely come into this winter league primed, ready to go. Perhaps all he needed was a break a little bit to restore his throw. Very close to a 5 there for him right there.
For Brandon. Bullseye.
Nice bullseye there by Matt. Catching that left-hand side of the bullseye.
Another shot at a unicorn for the Magic Man.
I think we heard it.
Still looking for our first unicorn of this season.
Yeah, and then for Brandon, he seems to be finding that release point. He kind of suffers from a little bit of getting into that 3-ring a little bit at times. The axe getting a little erratic. Ooh, and talk about an erratic axe there is a 4 there for Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw. Something that we always warn opponents of Matt. We don't want to live in that 4-ring. Those 4s are not going to beat Matt, and we rarely see them from him. But as it stands, he's got a 4 on his 7th throw.
This is 8.
A 4 from the Magic Man is almost as rare as a unicorn.
Correct. That's a nice 5 there by Brandon. And you got to like Matt's pants, right? I mean, new season, new pants.
5 and 5.
He's always looking dapper, no doubt about it.
We still have to start that segment of Matt's Closet where we just kind of go through and see all the
Nice
different.
throw.
And as we see there, Matt calling for the kill shot. Again, to maintain that pro level, Joey, you have to hit a certain percentage of your kill shots. That means you have to attempt a certain percentage of kill shots. So Matt, knowing that he's in control of this match, he's going to attempt a kill shot here. And I
Brandon.
think he hit it. I've got to look at the bottom there, but it is ruled a kill shot.
Well, the pro playing like it. A 10-point lead for the Magic Man.
Let's see if he goes
See if
up
he goes
again.
for it again.
Yeah.
All right. Last throw.
He's up by
Matt's up
10.
41 to 51.
He's getting a check on the score here. I think he's going to stay down here, Joey. Yeah, he's not lining up for a kill shot. So he's going to play the board, see how that goes. Brandon with a 4. Could be possibly a 3 if it's not popping through on the bottom hand side of that blade.
For
And
Brandon.
let's see the bottom.
Or bullseye Matt.
Yeah, initially ruled a 5, but a closer look, it is a 6 there for Matt.
All right. Good game.
Oh,
45
the Magic Man
57.
Bradshaw.
45 Brandon, 57 Matt.
Playing like a 3-time champion. He gets the win 57 to 45.
Yeah, I actually would hate to see what the score would be if he got those 3 weeks of practice and that he was talking about in his interview. But a nice score of 57. He hit that kill shot on his 9th throw, that 1-4 on that 7th throw, but otherwise pretty immaculate card there. And then for Brandon, hey, really nice job of coming back after taking the fall league off. First matchup against Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw. Was not intimidated. Put up a nice score of 45. As you can see, he had the 1 bullseye there on his 3rd throw, the 3 to start off the match, but definitely moving close to that 5 and 6 ring there, Joey.
Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw looks like the guy to beat once again here on Battle Axe. Oh, Brittany Brokel ready for another match here. And she's going to take on Jenny Gokel. So we've seen Jenny officiating this league for many seasons now. She's competing.
Yeah, so we have a new league and, again, new competitors in Brittany Brokel and Ann Welp, but Jenny is a familiar face but decides to join the league here.
And what a start for Jenny. She throws a bullseye.
So wait, once you throw
Yeah,
it,
so
just
Brittany
wait.
coming in at 0-1, very close matchup with Ann.
Throw number 2.
And we get a little more Magic Man time. He's going to be officiating this matchup now here, Joey.
4-4.
Couple of 4s here from Gokel and
This is throw
Brokel.
number 3.
Gokel and Brokel. It sounds like a buddy cop drama. So again, Jenny wasting no time in throwing. She's we've seen a lot of grip it and rip it throwers, but
3-4.
Yeah, she's got a very powerful release throwing overhead with both hands.
and of course she's a judge as well, so she's going to get up there up close and personal and try to make sure Matt's officiating correctly. And that axe getting away from Ann there just a little bit.
5-4.
So a 5 there for Jenny. And as we saw earlier in this matchup, another thing that we see with a lot of new competitors, Joey, is they get a little happy feet. We don't have Hannah Happy Feet Brussel in the Winter League here, but you have to wait for your score to be called before you can cross that throwing line. So Brittany getting a little tutorial. It's such a natural motion to get done throwing that axe, and you just want to walk up there and get it again, especially if you're in a rhythm.
You wouldn't expect any mistakes like that from Jenny, though, after so many games
Exactly.
of officiating. She knows the rules inside and out.
It's different on the bright lights, though, too, Joey. So You can officiate, but it's always different when you're competing as well. And Matt getting a very close look. This looks like it could be a 5 if it's popping through on that left-hand side. But we've come to find out Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw is a very thorough judge.
Well, after the first half of this one, it is a 2-point lead for Jenny Gogol.
As you can
She
see,
just gets a 5 there. Or no, it's a 4.
It's a 4. It was a 5 for Brittany. So you can see Jenny getting a close look at that.
Yeah, from back here, it looked like it was a 5.
Yeah, but for anyone new that's just watching the league here for the first time, that axe has to be, the wood has to be visible on both sides of that axe. So if it was popping through and you saw a little bit of red, or black on that left-hand
Throw
side,
number 7, Jenny, you're up by 2.
it would be considered a 4. But a close game here. Jenny with an overhand throw. Looks like that's a 3 there. But another close matchup here for
4-3.
Brittany. So she's able to gain a point on Jenny, making this a 1-point lead going into
Throw
the
number 8.
8th throw.
Jenny, you're up by 1.
There's a nice
Great
throw
throw
by Jenny.
there.
Yeah. Let's see how Brittany responds. Ooh,
Ooh, nice throw to both.
look at that.
Could be a couple of 5s.
I wonder if
5 and 6.
Ooh, it's a bullseye for Jenny. So she extends her lead to
All right, this is
2.
throw number 9.
Just
Jenny,
2
you're up
throws
by
to
2.
go.
yeah, but a nice response there by Brittany. Not intimidated by Jenny's bullseye. Looks like the axe getting away from Jenny a little bit there. Looks like a 4. And then looks like a nice
5-4.
5 there for Brittany, so she gains that point right
All right, we
back.
have a nail biter
Another
here.
nail
It's throw
biter
10.
going into the
Jenny, you're
10th
up
throw.
by 1,
Are we going to get
39,
sudden death
38.
on this matchup, Joey?
We'll see. We haven't seen it yet this season. Jenny Gokul looking to
Ooh.
put it away. That looks like a 4. So we'll see if Brokel can get the win.
That's
But it looks like it's a 4. It might be a 5. And if it is, we're going to sudden death.
It's very close. It looks like a 4. Could possibly be a 3 if it's not popping through.
Crucial
4
call
and
here from the
4.
Magic
Oh.
Man. A couple of 4s. So
takes
Jenny
that one,
Gokul
43-42.
in her Battle Axe debut,
Nice
she gets
match,
the
both
win,
of you.
43-42.
Wow, so another close matchup here for Brittany. The record may say 0-2, but that is separated by 2 points there, Joey. So really competitive matchup. She started the matchup off with a 3, something you never like to do. But again, I'm looking at that scoreline, Joey. I'm seeing no drops out of a new thrower here. So really impressive start to her Battle Axe career. And then for Jenny, a really nice job. A couple bullseyes there on her first and her 8th throw. A couple 3s on her 3rd and 7th throw, but otherwise 4s and 5s. Really nice matchup here for her so far to start off her matchup as well.
Promising starts to this season for some of the new faces here in this league. We've got a lot more Battle Axe still to come. We'll bring it to you straight ahead. Stay tuned. You're watching Battle Axe on MC22. Welcome back to Battle Axe. A new season is underway. As always, I'm Joey Dania alongside Bobby Bradford. And Bobby, it's been an exciting start to the new season so far.
Absolutely. We have some new competitors that have been throwing, and they put out some really impressive numbers so far. And, of course, we have our old guard as well, who's true to form as well.
Well, we're going to have a couple of those old guards of this league going head-to-head. Right now, it's Cody Yoakum taking on Beth Jen.
Yeah, so we saw Beth have a really nice matchup versus Gina Finchers. She came out very hot and put up a round of 49, so we'll see if she can carry that over in this matchup with Cody Yoakum.
4-5.
Well, she starts this one with a 4. Yoakum throws a 5. He wants Jenny to take another look at this one.
Yeah, it was initially called a 5, and again, that new rule, so Cody has to make the long walk back to his throwing lane, but it is a 6, so a 2-point lead going into the second throw.
This rule, I'm assuming it came down from the World Axe Throwing League?
Yeah, so apparently there was just influence of judges going
Sure.
on. So when people were, walking up close to get a closer look at that, they were influenced. So somebody, when they asked for a second
Cody.
opinion, Joey, the person judging the second opinion cannot be made aware of what the initial ruling was. They want to come in with fresh eyes. So
Well, back-to-back bullseyes here from Cody Yoakum. Great start for him.
could we see a unicorn? Ooh,
5 back.
Cody off the mark, but a nice throw there by Beth, a nice 5. So a couple 5s, gains a point on Cody Yoakum.
Maybe the key to seeing a unicorn is to just not talk about it.
True,
Maybe
maybe
we've been jinxing
We've been
everybody
scaring
here
the unicorns
tonight.
off. Yes, you could be right there, Joey.
4 and 5, Cody.
Now it looks like that axe kind of going in a little sideways there for Cody. Something I know he really wants to work on is having that axe hit the board a little more flush, a little more level. So we'll see if that was a one-time thing or if it's a trend. It's a more flush shot
4
there.
bullseye, Cody.
Another bullseye for Cody Yoakum. Great start to this one. He's got a 5-point lead, 27-22.
Yeah, Cody with a really nice start to this matchup. As you can see there, only the 1-4 on his first 5 throws. So could he be a contender, Joey, that's looking to take home that belt?
5, Cody.
Oh, absolutely. Cody Yoakum is somebody who can just compete with anybody in this league when he's on.
Right. And it's like, for every competitor, it's putting it all together in that Week 8 double elimination tournament. It's anybody's to win, but consistency is king.
4
A
back.
nice throw. That looks like that could be a bullseye there for Cody,
Cody.
and it is.
Cody Yoakum is locked in right now. His 4th bullseye of the match. He's got an 8-point lead with just 3 throws to go.
Well, and as for Beth, as you can see, she's getting locked in that vortex a little bit, so that nice little rhythm she had in her first matchup. Oh, wow. And something you never want to see, Joey, is a drop.
Cody.
So I was saying she's getting stuck in that vortex a little bit. She's got to figure out a way to get out of that.
Cody's up
Unfortunately for her, that's a drop. So a commanding 12-point lead here for Cody Yoakum. But for Beth, she's just got to focus up on that board, start finding that 5 and 6 ring.
4 back.
Yeah, if you're new to this program, the double elimination postseason tournament, the field is set by
last round,
points.
Cody.
So every point matters here. And that's why you got to have a short memory if you're Beth Jen. Forget about that drop and just keep racking up the points.
Absolutely. And it's why you see, everyone's having fun here because, we keep track of records, and records are a tiebreaker for sure.
All right,
But,
Cody,
they just want to put up the
38
most
back,
points possible.
51, Cody.
And it's a nice matchup there by Cody, putting up a nice score of 51 here. And just a nice start. He had a nice overall game here. As you can see, there was 4 6s on his scorecard, a few 4s and a rest 5s, but no drops for him. And then as for Beth, she just got stuck in that vortex, unfortunately, and then she had that drop on her 8th throw, but we know she can put up some impressive numbers, and she falls to 1-1.
Cody Yoakum, just the second player here in this first week of this new season to go north of 50. A great start to the season for Cody Yoakum. Beth Jen falls to 1-1. Well, we've got a lot more Battle Axe to go, and we're going to bring you our next matchup right now. Beth Jen, fall down, get right back up, and get out there again. She's going to take on Jenny Gokul.
She's not going to take on Danny DeVito, but she's going to take on Jenny. Although if Danny DeVito would like to join the league, I'm sure we'd all be fine with that.
Hold, please. That's 3, and it looks like that might be in 4.
As we know, Eric the Scope, his spirit
6.
animal is Taylor
Nice.
Swift. I feel that Jenny is making her announcement that Danny
All right, throw
DeVito
number
is her
2.
spirit animal.
Well, not a bad spirit animal to have.
Again, Jenny wasting no time with a quick throw there. Looks like a 4
4.
and a 4 there for Beth. So Beth with a nice bullseye on her first throw. 3-point
number
lead going
3,
into
Beth up by
the
3.
third throw.
And sometimes that can be a big advantage to just go right back out there and keep throwing. She
Correct.
obviously just had a match that she'd like to forget
Hold,
about.
please.
Yep.
Now she's putting it in the rearview mirror in a hurry.
Well, and it keeps that muscle memory going. It keeps it all
4.
fresh. Things that you want to adjust and work on. Unfortunately, you're doing it in a competition,
This is
but
throw number 4.
sometimes it can
Beth
work
is
out in your
still up by
favor.
3.
Now, watch how quickly Jenny moves here when she's competing. We've already come up with a nickname for her.
4-4.
Sometimes it can take players a whole season to
Yes.
get a nickname.
Exactly.
Jenny is
All
now
right, throw number
Jenny
5.
the Jet
Beth, you're up
Gokul.
18-15.
She moves like a jet.
We're lucky we can even capture it on camera. She's moving so quickly. So it looks like a bullseye there, and it
Nice.
looks like a
6-5.
5 there for Beth. But again, when you talk it time and time again, Joe, it's all about finding your rhythm.
All
And
right,
then
touch 'em up, switch 'em up.
once you
Hold
find
up.
that throw, you want to stick with it as much as possible. And that's what Jenny's trying to do here.
Well, now she's going with one arm.
Drop in 4.
Another devastating drop for Beth Jen.
And it looked like it was going to be a bullseye there, Joey.
All right, this is throw number
Wow.
7. Jenny, you're up by 2.
So it dropped something we saw Beth eliminate from her game, but this is the second consecutive matchup that we've seen her have one.
Please.
There's a nice throw way to have a short memory. could be a 5 if it's popping through on that right-hand side. And you see Beth really wants.
I'm so enjoying this.
Matt Bradshaw taking his time, making sure he gets the right call here. He's just a guy that loves the game so much. You can tell he's really having a good time out there.
Absolutely. Matt is, he may have found a new passion here, not just throwing axes, but becoming a referee as well.
So we've got a 1-point game here. Jenny Gokul leading 29-28 with 3 throws to go.
Nice
Great throw there from Jenny.
Nice throw there. Looks like we could have a couple bullseyes. Yeah, and so you see, obviously, the tension waiting for Matt to make the call. But, yeah, as we saw in our earlier matchup, Jenny threw with 2 hands. Now she's throwing with 1 hand. This is something that, new throwers have to figure out what they're comfortable with. So
35-34, throw number 9.
Obviously, the 1 hand's working out pretty well so far, though. Looks like a 5 there for Beth if it's popping through. But I think Matt's starting to step up his shoe game as well here, Joey. It's not just the pants now.
No, those really bring the whole outfit together.
Mm-hmm. They were originally white shoes, but they were colored with highlighters.
All right, throw number 10.
Well, Beth Jen with a 1-point lead here going into the final throw.
We won't even say what she has the ability to accomplish here.
I
Very
think she
close.
might have just done it.
Very close. So Matt again going to get up there very close. And he has a magnifying glass with a flashlight attached to it, Joey. So he is getting in there up close and personal. As you see, he's got the index card out as well. And we know points are what matter the most. So it's a very crucial call. We'll see if Beth got a unicorn here. Oh, it's so close, Joey. If it's popping through.
And that's a 5 for you.
Ooh, but ruled a 5.
Well, it's a 5, but it's also a win for Beth Jen. She wins by the slimmest of margins.
But
Jenny wants another ruling here.
Second.
Jenny does want a second, so we're going to bring
And with the game on the line, why not?
Absolutely, if she sees it there.
So how do we get this back?
So it was originally ruled a 4. And though it may not get her the victory, it is about the points here. So Eric calls it a 5 here.
5
Overrides.
Beth, you take
And that's
that
another
one,
thing too, Joey. So when the
45-44.
second judge comes in and looks at it, it's their ruling that stands. So there's no going back and forth, debating on whether the first call was right or wrong.
Well, what a great matchup that was. Beth Jen getting the victory, 45-44 over Jenny Gokul.
Yeah, Beth with a really nice job of overcoming that drop. As you can see after that drop, Joey, nothing but 5s and 6s. So really a nice sight to see there from Beth. And then for Jenny, she seemed like from that 5th throw on, she started to find that bullseye 5 ring and really kind of found her stroke. So hopefully that one-handed throw is something that she's kind of settled in with and can get comfortable with. But a great matchup all around.
Well, 6 matches down here in week number 1 of this new season. 2 more still to come. We'll bring them to you straight ahead here on MC22. Stay tuned for more Battle Axe. Welcome back to Battle Axe. A new season is underway, and we're about to wrap up week 1, coming to you from the Bustin' Axe Throwing Range. As always, I'm Joey Danya, alongside Bobby Bradford. We've got some of the old favorites here in Battle Axe coming back for another season, and one guy who's been with this program since day number 1 is Eric the Scope Shizzle. He's thrown with his right hand. That's his dominant hand. Then he injured it. He threw with his left hand. Now he's back to the right hand. Let's talk to the Scope about how that's affected his progression as a thrower.
Yeah, consistency is always going to be that. I mean, the whole deal with everybody, the last couple of years was the elbow, throwing left-handed, switching back to the right. So it's just, I haven't practiced as much as, say, Matt or Chris or Casey, those guys. They've been practicing with the same hand over and over again for like 3 years now. And you can tell they're good. They're getting, right up there with some of the top players, going to the Worlds, that kind of stuff. So I was delayed a bit. So I just got to put the hours in, put the time in to make it happen.
And we know making it happen is something the Scope is more than capable of. He, of course, is a former champion.
He is a former champion, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him in the Worlds this year.
Eric the Scope Shizzle. Going to take on Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw, a couple of former champions going head-to-head.
So you saw Eric in his new intro there turning up that fun meter on that button. So he's coming in cool, calm, and collected.
And what a great way to kind of
Bullseye.
gauge what this league is all about. It's about fun.
It's about fun. Everyone's very competitive. Everyone wants to win, but fun is number one. A nice start there by Eric as a bullseye, so a 1-point lead over Matt the Magic Man.
And, of course, there's Taylor Swift, always at the side of Eric the Scope Shizzle. They're inseparable, aren't they?
They are. They are inseparable. Looks like the axe. It could be a 5 if it's popping through on the right-hand side. And it is a 5 there for Matt. Of course, everyone here at the Boston Axe throwing range wants to come about their wins honorably, so Eric get a closer look. Saw that was a 5, but Matt wants a second opinion. Or at least wants Jenny to get up there and check it out. Could be a bullseye. It's a big call.
Give it to you. Even though
So it's a bullseye there for Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw. So we are tied at 11. And we see a little bit of the trash talking going on now that Jenny's throwing. I wonder how impartial she's going to be.
Yeah, I guess she wasn't too happy about one of those calls that Matt the Magic Man made on her. It was probably that last throw she had.
I believe it
That
was.
was a 5 on a second ruling. He gave her a 4.
for Eric Bullseye Matt.
And then Matt says, well, here's a flush bullseye. So we don't even have to debate it. So 15-17, Matt with a 2-point lead.
We've got a good one brewing here between Eric the Scope and Matt the Magic Man.
Well, and as we have Jenny the Jet, who wastes no time, Eric and Matt are both one of the more patient throwers. They really want to set up their shot,
For
set up
Eric
their
Bullseye
throw.
Matt.
And as you can tell, for both competitors, it works for them. And look at that. We didn't
All
say
right,
anything
good
about
throw.
it, Joey,
Matt's up
and
by
we
4.
finally had it. Our first unicorn of the night, Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw, with 3 consecutive bullseyes, 23-19. Eric with a couple 4s. He knows he has to eliminate those from his game to compete.
Mum is the word. I'm not going to talk about unicorns ever again. I'm just going to let them happen.
Let them
Bullseye
happen
Eric,
and
bullseye Matt.
enjoy when we see them. A couple bullseyes there by both competitors, so Eric starting to get his throw on track. But of course, Joey, as we've seen time and time again, once you
25
get
to
that
29.
throw on track, what do you have to do? Switch sides.
What a great start for the Magic Man. Nearly a perfect first half for a score of 29.
Nice.
And
Nice
it
throw.
looks like another bullseye here for Bradshaw.
5 Eric.
A 5 there for Eric. But still a 5-point game.
Remember Becca's?
He's only got a couple of those 4s there, so he really has to focus up and continue to find that 5 and 6 ring that he's been doing such a good job of.
Yeah, the Scope has been playing very well, but when you're going up against Bradshaw, every little mistake is crucial, and a 4 is a big-time mistake when you're going up against Bradshaw.
And right on cue, there's a 4 there for Eric. But of course, Joey, with the caliber of both these competitors, they're going to go for the kill shot. I mean, they at least have that in their bag. So he can get back in this game very quickly if he decides to go for the kill shot.
That is back-to-back unicorns now for the Magic Man, Bobby.
It's worked. We found our method, Joey, if we don't talk about it.
He's got a 7-point lead over the Scope.
Look like a... Could be a... Oh, I thought that was a little closer to the bullseye there for Eric. And fortunately, it's a 4 and not a 5. So you can see he's shaking his head a little bit. That was very close. And
9th throw?
Matt
All right.
calling for the kill shot, and so is the Scope.
Well, it's been 7 straight bullseyes for the Magic Man. There will not be an 8th straight bullseye, but only because he's going for the kill shot. And, of course, as you said, so's the Scope.
Yep, and if Eric, he's off the mark. But again, if Eric would have hit that and Matt missed, that would have been a 1-point game. And Matt is off the mark, so
All
it
right,
is.
10th throw? Matt's up by 9.
We are all the same, but Matt's getting a closer look. We know he's found his new passion of judging, so he wants Jenny to get a closer look at that. Oh, so
You're at
Matt,
38.
you can hear him say that he saw red,
I see red.
and Jenny confirms it. So it is a kill shot. Eric wants a second opinion. Well, Eric wants to just take a look and see. And from his reaction, it's
I feel like the white makes me
ever so close to hitting that bullseye or that kill shot there, Joey.
And as we said earlier, when you're a pro, you got to hit a certain amount of
Yeah.
kill shots to maintain the pro status. And every shot is huge for Matt Bradshaw.
Exactly. And it doesn't matter if you hit it flush or if it's just by a sliver. It all counts the same. And you can see Eric, I think he's contemplating a kill shot. Yeah, he just called it.
Okay.
So he knows the game's out of reach, but he has a chance to, get the most points on this kill shot here. So let's see if he can hone in and find it. He's off the mark. And you can see he's shaking his head a little bit. Matt electing to stay down. That could be a bullseye.
Bullseye Matt, Miss Eric.
And it is ruled
All
a
right, good
bullseye.
game.
What a
38
round.
Eric, 61 Matt.
Well, a tip of the cap to Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw, a round of 61 to get another victory.
You see both competitors shaking hands there at the end. Knew it was a hard-fought battle here going on, but as you can see, the 38 that Eric put up is not indicative of the caliber thrower that he is. He went for those kill shots in the last two throws, so that definitely had a big part of this game. If he would have hit the kill shot and Matt would have missed that kill shot, that would have been a 1-point game going into the 10th throw, so this thing was definitely a lot closer than the overall score shows, but what can you say? Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw, nothing but sixes, 1-5, and a kill shot for a score of 61.
It's about as close to perfection as you can get. Of course, a round of 64 is that perfect score. We've got one final matchup to go. Eric the Scope Shizzle going to get right back out there and go for the win against Jenny Gokel and Danny DeVito.
Yeah, so a couple spirit animals battling each other here. So again, just like with Beth Jen, Eric wants to get back on in the saddle and take that tough loss and
4 and
bring it
3.
into his next matchup here.
Well, a nice start for Jenny Gokel. She throws a 4. Eric the Scope throws
All right,
a
this is throw
3.
number 2.
So it's Taylor Swift versus Danny DeVito.
Yeah, so an uncharacteristic 3. Nice, looks like that could be a 5 there for
5.
Jenny. And that's ruled a 5 there for Eric. It looks like it's popping through the top part of that blade.
This is throw number 3. Jenny up by 1.
So 9-8 here going into the third
Jenny
throw.
up by 1. I'll
I
say it
think
again.
Jenny just wanted
Jenny up
Matt
by
to
1.
repeat that she was up by
Throw number
1
3.
again. Maybe trying to get into Eric's head a little bit.
And that's what you get. 4 and 5.
And
Well, Matt and Jenny are having
right,
some
throw
fun
number
here.
4,
Now
we're
we've got
all
a
tied up.
tied game, 13 all after the first 3 throws.
yeah, it'll just be an interesting development as the season goes on, Joey, if this kind of back and forth continues on. Looks
4,
like a
5.
4 there for Jenny and a 5 there for Eric. So Eric overcoming
All
that
right, this is
3
throw
on his
number
first
5.
throw
Eric is up by 1.
with 3 consecutive 5s. Definitely more of the scope that we're used to seeing. It looks like that's a 4 there for Jenny.
Hold, please.
And it's definitely a 4 there for Eric.
So Bradshaw's going to get a look and see if this could be a
4 and
5 for Gokel, but it is a 4. So after the first half, Eric Shizzle
All right, touch him
leading
up,
by
touch him up.
1, 22 to
Throw
21.
number 6.
Well, something, Joey, that we've
Eric,
seen
you
a
are up
lot
by
in this
1,
first week is a
22,
lot of
20.
close
All right,
matchups,
here we go.
especially
Throw
with some
number
new
6.
throwers.
Eric, you're
So
up by 1, 22,
we saw
21.
Jenny and
Clean
Brittany
throw.
get into a pretty close matchup here in Jenny's first matchup, and
5,
this
4.
one is razor thin as well. Eric able to make up a point, though,
Throw number 7. Eric is up by
25-27.
2.
So Eric's made some nice adjustments to start to find that 5 ring a little more consistently.
Hold, please. Looks like 4 and
You
4.
can see. Ooh, wow.
Yeah, that looked like it was a 4 for Shizzle from back here, but
This is
obviously
throw
it's a
number
much
8.
different
Eric is still up
vantage
by 2.
point.
Yeah, I thought
For
that was
Bradshaw.
a 5 there for sure. But getting up close, and we know how much Matt is thorough in his judgments here.
5, 4.
That's a better 5 there for Eric the Scope. And Jenny getting caught in that vortex a little
All right,
bit,
this
but
is
still a
throw number
3-point
9.
game going
Eric,
into the
you're up
9th
by
throw. So
3.
definitely anything can happen here.
36-33.
Jenny's still within striking distance. We'll see if maybe she goes for a kill shot.
And we'll see how comfortable she is if she decides to go for that. But that looks like a bullseye and a 5.
6-5.
And it is. So our eyes do not deceive us here.
All right, here we are. Throw number
4-point lead
10,
going
Eric
into the 10th
42,
throw.
Jenny 38.
Ooh,
Going
How
up on
about
the
this?
left.
Eric the Scope leading by 4. He's going to go for the kill shot.
nice. So Jenny hits what looks like could be a 4. So if Eric misses this thing will be all tied up.
Wow.
And he is off the
It
mark.
looks like we are going to sudden death. 42 all.
Well,
It's going to
guess
come
what?
down to a kill shot.
We are tied.
to decide this one.
42.
Well, just like a unicorn, if we don't mention it, we finally get it. So here we have our first sudden death of the year.
Pretty good attempt there from Jenny,
Oh.
but
Hit and miss.
a much better
Nice.
attempt from Eric the Scope Shizzle. He nails the kill shot to get the win.
Wow. There you go. So you see Jenny's a little dejected there. She knew she had this thing in her grasp, but Eric with a nice kill shot on his sudden death throw. Of course, being very aggressive on the 10th throw, going for that kill shot. But as we said, Joey, points are what matters the most. So he knows he needs to hit those. And so he went for it. He was off the mark, but he was not off the mark in the sudden death when it all mattered the most. But only the one bullseye on his card, something he's definitely going to want to keep progressing and moving forward. And then Jenny just got stuck in that vortex a little bit, but a nice job of persevering and tying this thing up on her 10th throw.
Yeah, and a very consistent start for Jenny Gokul. Nothing but 4s and 5s there. She can just hone in and turn a little bit of those 4s into 5s and add in a couple of bullseyes. She's going to be a really tough out for any competitor in this league. Well, that's going to do it for week number 1 here to this new season, but time now for our post-game wrap-up. Oh, Bobby, let's take a look at the standings. And to no surprise, it is Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw leading the way. He's been racking up the points this season.
Yeah, a nice, impressive first week with 220 points scored, averaging 55 points a game. And then followed by Cody Yoakum, Brandon Feenstra, Jenny Gokul, Beth Jen, Nancy Kramer, Gina Feenstra, Ann Welp, Eric Shizzle, and Brittany Brokel.
What a great start to this new season of Battle Axe. We've got a lot more still to go. We'll bring it to you next time here on MC22 for my partner Bobby the Blade and the entire MC22 crew. Thanks for watching Battle Axe.